Imagine picking fresh, vibrant peppers from a garden that practically grows itself, vertically. Today, we're diving into a groundbreaking gardening technique that's changing the game for pepper enthusiasts. You won't believe how much you can grow, how fast, and with far fewer pest headaches than traditional methods. What if I told you that you could triple your pepper harvest while using half the space and cutting your maintenance time in half? That's exactly what happened when I switched to vertical hydroponic towers, and I'm here to share every detail of this revolutionary approach with you. Walking into my garden space now feels like stepping into the future of horticulture. Where I once had sprawling rows of pepper plants battling weeds, competing for nutrients, and struggling with inconsistent watering, I now have sleek vertical towers reaching skyward, each one a powerhouse of pepper production. These aren't just ordinary planters stacked on top of each other, they're sophisticated hydroponic systems that have fundamentally changed how I think about growing peppers. The transformation didn't happen overnight, but when it did, it was nothing short of remarkable. My first tower, standing just 4 feet tall, produced more peppers in its inaugural season than my previous 8x4-foot traditional pepper patch ever did. The plants grew faster, stronger, and more uniformly than anything I'd achieved with soil-based growing. But perhaps most importantly, the entire experience became more enjoyable and less labor-intensive, freeing me to focus on what I love most about gardening, watching plants thrive and harvesting the fruits of my labor. Understanding how these vertical towers work is crucial to appreciating their genius. At the foundation of every successful hydroponic tower lies a carefully orchestrated system that delivers exactly what pepper plants need when they need it, without any of the guesswork that comes with traditional soil gardening. The base reservoir holds between 15 to 20 gallons of nutrient-rich water solution, serving as the lifeblood of the entire system. The magic happens through a simple yet elegant pump mechanism that continuously circulates this nutrient solution from the bottom reservoir to the top of the tower, allowing it to cascade down through each level, bathing the root systems of every plant before returning to the reservoir below. Each growing station consists of specially designed pockets or pots that hold the plants securely while allowing their roots to access the flowing nutrients. The growing medium, typically expanded clay pellets, rock wool, or coconut coir, provides stability and aeration without the complications of traditional soil. What makes this system particularly brilliant for peppers is how it addresses their specific needs. Peppers are heavy feeders that require consistent moisture levels and excellent drainage, two requirements that often conflict in traditional gardening. The hydroponic tower eliminates this contradiction entirely. The roots receive constant access to perfectly balanced nutrients while maintaining the oxygen exposure they need to prevent root rot. The result is explosive growth that traditional soil simply cannot match. When I planted my first pepper seedlings in the tower, I was honestly pretty skeptical about the promised acceleration in growth. Traditional pepper growing had really taught me patience. Seedlings usually take several weeks just to get established, and then months to mature, with the harvest window often feeling, frustratingly short. But the hydroponic tower, it just shattered every expectation I had about pepper growing timelines. Within the first 2 weeks, I noticed the difference. The seedlings in the tower were noticeably larger and more vigorous than their soil-grown counterparts planted the same day. By week 4, the difference was dramatic. While my traditional pepper plants were just beginning to show their first true leaves with any substantial size, the tower peppers had already developed multiple sets of mature leaves and were showing the first signs of branching. The acceleration continued throughout the growing season. My tower peppers began flowering a full 3 weeks earlier than the soil-grown plants, and the first fruits appeared shortly after. But it wasn't just about speed, it was about consistency and quality. Each plant in the tower grew uniformly, receiving identical nutrition and water conditions. This eliminated the typical variations you see in traditional pepper patches, where some plants thrive while others struggle based on soil conditions, drainage variations, or competition from neighboring plants. By harvest time, the numbers told an incredible story. Each pepper plant in the tower produced approximately 40% more fruit than comparable varieties grown in soil. The peppers themselves were larger, more uniform in size, and had superior color development. The extended harvest window was perhaps the most impressive benefit. While traditional peppers often have distinct harvest periods, the tower plants produced continuously throughout the growing season, providing fresh peppers for nearly twice as long. One of the most unexpected benefits of vertical hydroponic growing has been the dramatic reduction in pest and disease issues. Traditional pepper growing often involves constant vigilance against soil-borne diseases, root rot, fungal infections, and the myriad insects that call garden soil home. The soilless environment of the hydroponic tower eliminates many of these problems at their source. Without soil to harbor overwintering pests and disease spores, the growing environment starts clean each season, and stays that way. The constant water circulation prevents the stagnant conditions that often lead to fungal problems, while the elevation of the plants makes them less accessible to ground-dwelling pests like cutworms and various grubs. I found that aphids, which can be devastating to traditional pepper crops, seem far less interested in the tower plants, possibly due to the improved plant vigor and the less accessible growing position. The space-saving advantages extend far beyond simple vertical growing. A single tower occupying just 4 square feet of ground space provides growing capacity equivalent to approximately 16 square feet of traditional garden bed. This 4-to-1 space efficiency means you can grow a full pepper garden on a small patio, balcony, or even indoors under appropriate grow lights. Urban gardeners particularly benefit from this efficiency, as it makes serious pepper production possible in spaces that would never accommodate traditional gardening. Maintenance requirements have been surprisingly minimal compared to traditional pepper growing. There's no weeding, no cultivating, no worrying about soil compaction or drainage issues. The primary maintenance involves monitoring and adjusting nutrient levels every 2 weeks and keeping the water reservoir filled. Even harvesting becomes easier, as the vertical arrangement puts every pepper at an accessible height, eliminating the need to crawl around on hands and knees, searching through dense foliage. Starting your own vertical pepper tower begins with selecting the right varieties for hydroponic growing. While most pepper varieties can succeed in hydroponic systems, some perform exceptionally well. Compact determinate varieties like lipstick and sweet banana are excellent choices for beginners, while more experienced growers might tackle indeterminate varieties like Hungarian hot wax or even larger bell pepper varieties with proper support systems. The initial investment in equipment might seem substantial compared to traditional gardening, but the long-term benefits quickly offset the costs. Basic tower systems can be purchased or built for under $200, and the increased yields, reduced maintenance, and elimination of soil amendments and pest control products make the system cost-effective within the first season. More sophisticated systems with automated monitoring and nutrient delivery can scale up the operation for serious pepper enthusiasts. Nutrient management becomes your most important skill in hydroponic pepper growing. Peppers require a balanced approach with slightly higher potassium levels during fruiting periods. Starting with a quality hydroponic nutrient solution designed for fruiting plants will give you the foundation for success. And honestly, fine-tuning the mixture based on plant response will develop your expertise over time. The future possibilities for vertical hydroponic growing extend far beyond peppers. Once you've mastered the basics with pepper plants, the same system can support tomatoes, eggplants, herbs, and even some root vegetables with modifications. The principles you learn with your first pepper tower become the foundation for expanding into a complete hydroponic garden that can provide fresh vegetables year-round. Ready to revolutionize your pepper growing? Start planning your vertical hydroponic tower today and join the thousands of gardeners discovering that the future of food production is already here. Don't forget to subscribe to Smart Garden for more innovative gardening techniques, and hey, share this guide with fellow gardeners who are ready to think vertically about their growing space. Your pepper harvest will never be the same.